Yo guys, so welcome back to week 8 of the PPL. This is against Jack in the Norwich Skitty. We faced him last season and the season before that, and I believe the first season, I don't remember how but first season we won our match, second season we won our match, and this season we're gonna try and win our match again. And we don't have a great matchup. He's got that Skarmory, which pretty much walls anything. He's got Florges, which walls my Mega Metachamp apart from Bullet Punch and Poison Jab, which he probably has a berry for that. Nidoking and Darmanitan, both crazy good wall breakers. Heliolisk, great Mon, and Gastrodon, just to give him that recovery bulky water type. And yeah, hopefully we can actually do something here. So let's get this match started and see what we can do. So, okay, so Jack is issuing a challenge. Shorty is what he likes to be called. I lead off with the Rotom as he decides to lead off with his Darmanitan. So this is not a great matchup. I mean, it's a better matchup for me. I just straight up go for a Discharge, I believe, as he goes into Gastrodon. I did have the Hidden Power Grass. I should have gone for it. Oh, I went for Volt Switch. Well, it's about the same thing. I should have gone for the HP Grass, but he probably had a Rindo Berry. I go into Milotic, but he predicts that and goes for a Toxic. Very good play on Jack's part. Very good play on Jack's part indeed. And I can't do much to this thing, so I'm just trying to bluff that I have Toxic. And I'm not sure that I don't remember if I do or not. I remember I have Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, and maybe so he goes into his Lashana, his Florges, and that's not a good thing. He goes for the Icy Wind. He probably had Aromatherapy, honestly, on this thing, which is why he swapped it into it in the first place. And I decide I'm gonna have to swap out and go into, I believe I go into my Bisharp. No, I do have the Toxic, so I don't have Haste. So I do have the Toxic up, which is nice. I can do a little bit of damage to this thing. He has the Wish, which means he can pretty much Wish Pass into anything he has right now, because Milotic is a threat to no one. I mean, it'll take hits, but it's a threat to no one. So now I withdraw Venustus. I believe I go into Tumbler the Gardevoir, and Gardevoir can't do too much. I have Psyshock, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm especially defensive, but I don't think this thing has Shadow Ball or can get Shadow Ball. As he goes into his Heliolisk. And now I know I can take a Volt Switch. He does outspeed me, and I am especially defensive, so I eat that fairly well for that being either a Choice Scarf or a Specs one. And I go for a Wish, straight up, as he's probably going to set up his Stealth Rocks. And, you know, just get my leftovers recovery there. So I decide to swap out. I go straight up into my Rotom, I believe. Yep, easy bake the Rotom because it's able to do a decent amount. As he does go for the Stealth Rocks, which I do have Mandibuzz as a defogger, but can't do a whole lot. So now he goes into his Nidoking, as I go for the HP Grass, predicting the Gastrodon, and does a decent amount of damage to this thing being a neutral effective move. It does a decent amount. I mean, it's not anything crazy, and Overheat would have done more, but I decide to swap out into my Mandibuzz, which is specially defensive and not gonna take a physical move very well, which it doesn't, and even then I don't think it would have taken Thunderbolts extremely well either. So the Poison Jab does enough damage. I can't get a defog off. I just need to let this thing die. I can't do much. The Thunder Punch is gonna do way too much to me. There's no reason. So I go into Bisharp. It is Choice Scarfed. I'm hoping from the HP Grass range that this Psycho Cut can do enough to kill this thing. And I go. It surprises him. He stays in, and he doesn't die to it. So I'm gonna lose my Bisharp to an Earthquake right now, which would have been nice because I could have done a lot of damage to that Florges, and he's gonna take himself out to Life Orb. So unfortunately, since I didn't do enough damage with the Psycho Cut, I lost my Bisharp. I think that was a min roll, by the way. It was Adamant, 252 attack. So yeah. So I go into my Mega Metachamp. He definitely has the berry here. I'm 100% sure of it. He told me afterwards as well that he does have the berry as well. And I just decide to straight up go for it. I go for a Thunder Punch, predicting the Skarmory. he goes for protect just to scout if I have the poison jab, which I do go for because I didn't think he would swap out just yet. And now I go for the Thunder Punch. I know he's going to stay in here. He's got the berry. It doesn't matter. I just need to do a little bit of damage. And Floor just straight up one-shots Mega Metacham from this range. So, Mega Metacham's down. I'm currently 3-6 right now, which is terrible. I decided to go into Easy Bake, which I'm going to... I believe I Volt Switch out here. No, I Hidden Power in case he goes into Gastrodon, which is going to do enough after Toxic to kill this thing, but he's going to be able to get a Wish Up, which isn't, I mean, it's not a big deal, but this thing is going to die. I mean, I'm already down the shitter right now anyways, but, you know, that's how it is sometimes. So now he goes into Vimto, his Heliolisk. I am Scarfed. I decide to swap out into my Gardevoir because it takes us the best, but I believe he just straight up Volt Switches out. No, he Thunderbolts here. He Thunderbolts and it does enough to just take me out in 2 hits. It's just 115 down to 48, which is like around 60 to 70 damage. Which, if I had Protect, I could have protected, but no. It would have given me a small chance to live, but it that much. I was getting fucked over in the end anyway, so now I'm just left with my Easy Bake. I straight up go for the Overheat here. Yep, I straight up go for the Overheat, not making any predictions, just in case he wants to stay in with Helios. He can go for Hyper Voice. That does a decent amount to a Gastrodon, and I'm not going to be able to do much to this thing in return, so it's not a big deal. But, I go into Vanessas because, you know, I'm on a timer. It doesn't really matter. This thing can pretty much stall out anything that I have as he pulls a double into his Vimto, which Vimto is Heliolisk, and Heliolisk is a bitch. So, now I'm basically dead to a Thunderbolt. I have the Wakon Berry. I can't do much to this thing since I just have Icy Wind to hit it. It's not a big deal. I go for the Icy Wind to slow it down in case this thing is scarfed of its own. I can maybe get an Overheat off and do enough damage to kill this thing, and lower the differential, but I don't. So yeah. So it's currently 4-0. He's got no Nidoking and no Florges, and I just have my Lotic and Rotom, which my Lotic is gonna go down right now. I played not very well. I didn't team prep very well either. My team just did not have a good matchup at all. Florges walled me, Skarmory walled me. My Lotic didn't do much, Mandibuzz didn't do much. I go into Easy Bake, and I'm pretty much just gonna go for an HP Fire, or an HP Grass, as he's just gonna straight up go for his revealing that he wasn't Scarfed in the first place. If I had gone for Overheat, it might have killed him there, and it might have been a 3-0, but even then he had Darmanitan, which could have just come in, and he had Gastrodon, which could have just come in to take me out. But with that, guys, I will leave all Jack's links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.